Professor Douglas Opuruiche, Ibeawuchi Anele, a professor of philosophy, University of Lagos, Nigeria. As a professor of philosophy, tell us something about the concept bioethics.
Yeah, thank you for having me. The concept of bioethics is a combination from two words, biology and ethics. Now, ethics is the study of the fundamental principles of morality, whereas biology is the science that studies living things in all their diverse ramifications. So when you combine the two to get bioethics, you are dealing with a combination of biology and ethics. And it evolved as a result of the increasing realization that the natural biological systems are being destroyed largely due to human activity, and therefore there is a need for human beings to have a paradigm shift regarding the way they treat the natural environment. By towards the end of the 19th century and the beginning of the 20th century, researches concerning the natural environment were throwing up information that shows that the way we are handling the natural environment, I mean, the way human beings are interacting with the natural environment, will likely lead to a situation whereby both humans and members of the biotic community may go extinct. And one of the fathers of bioethics was Aldo Leopold, who was a professor of forestry at, I think it's University of Minnesota, United States. His book, A Sound County Almanac, is one of the pioneer contributions to the field of bioethics, and particularly in the field of environmental philosophy. So in a nutshell, bioethics simply means bringing the principles of ethics to bear on the way we interact with the environment, with the natural environment. And it is a very important study in the discipline of philosophy. It's a very important subject matter, and the importance of bioethics is becoming even more urgent now because of information emerging from the relevant sciences which show unambiguously that humans are destroying the natural environment. So it is a disciplined application of ethical principles in the analysis, understanding, interpretation, and interaction with the natural environment. That is bioethics for you. Now, so we have seen that basically bioethics means the application of ethical principles in the analysis, in the study of the natural environment and biological systems. The relationship between ethics and bioethics is this. Ethics is a branch of philosophy which is a rigorous, critical, and critical analysis of the fundamental principles of morality. You know, in ethics, questions of what constitutes right and wrong actions. Why are some actions praiseworthy and some actions blameworthy? What are the criteria for evaluating human actions. Because whether we like it or not, all human actions are impregnated with moral issues. So it is in philosophy and the branch of philosophy called ethics that the contentious issues regarding morality are dealt with in a rational, rigorous, and comprehensive manner. Now, so when we now talk about bioethics, we are now bringing the insights from ethics into our analysis of the natural environment. And this natural environment, the focus, of course, is on biological systems. So that the relationship is symbiotic between ethics and biology. Why? Because once the biologists or the relevant biological sciences have made their findings known, now fundamental moral principles derived from ethics are brought to bear on the findings of biological scientists. And some of the fundamental questions will be, do human beings have a right to treat the environment the way they choose? Or do the organisms within any biotic community have a value that must be reckoned with by human beings? Can we appropriately attach moral values to the contents of the natural environment? Is there an unseverable umbilical cord connecting humans to the natural environment to the extent that human beings owe an obligation to maintain the integrity, the resilience, and sustainability of the environment? So the relationship between ethics and bioethics, or if we flip it, the relationship between ethics and bioethics, in my view, is symbiotic. Each enriches the other. There can be no bioethics without ethics, and there can be no bioethics without the biological component. So, insofar as we are dealing with the natural environment, the natural environment was not created by human beings. Human beings evolved to meet the natural environment. Morality, ethics, is a human creation. It is the crystallization of the value orientations of human beings. But the key point here is that we must recognize that issues in bioethics also can constitute raw materials for an ethician who is dealing with the broader issues that crop up in ethics as a branch of philosophy. But in order to do bioethics in a manner that is enlightening, in a manner that is effective, in a manner that is enriching, in a manner that in fact will have, what one may call positive contribution to the debate on the environment, one must have some good knowledge of biology and, of course, some reasonable acquaintance with issues in ethics as a branch of philosophy.